Well, hello and welcome to a new video. In this one, we're going to take a look at the performance of Helldivers 2 on the Nvidia Quadro RTX 5000 MaxQ. And we're playing this at 1440p with the render scale to ultra quality and basically a mixture of ultra to medium and high settings here, which should give us a good picture quality while at the same time not taxing our GPU too much. But I don't think that's actually gonna be the most demanding or the most demanded component of the system here, but rather our CPU, which is usually holding back the CPU most of the time, at least in my experience in this game. But we'll see. I mean, we're playing at 1440p, so this should stress even this behemoth of a GPU quite a bit. And this is inside a Lenovo Thinkpad P15 Generation 1, so we have 32 gigabytes of system memory as well as an 8-core i7 in this system as well. And I do admit I have limited the i7 to 30 watts because otherwise it would run at 100 degrees Celsius minimum all the time, and I don't want my system to run that hot. So that's why I have limited it to the 30 watts here, as you can see in a second. All right, and we're off. And so far, so good. I mean, there's not a lot of action going on, and we probably will see some dips in the near future when we see more bugs appearing on the screen. But as of right now, we're at 100% GPU utilization, so that's why we are perfectly smooth in the frame time graph here, and that's exactly what we want. And as you can see, we have 90 watts on our GPU, which is the MaxQ version, obviously, but it's the strongest MaxQ version of the RTX 5000. But I will admit, I actually did believe or did hope for some more performance of this GPU, because I also had an RTX 2070 MaxQ notebook not too long ago, which was the XMG Fusion. And that one was quite capable, so I actually assumed this 16 gigabytes VRAM card would be a lot faster, or definitely faster than that, because this is equivalent to the 2080 Super MaxQ. So in theory, this should give us a good performance boost as compared to the 2070 MaxQ, but in all honesty, I really haven't seen that. Obviously, Quadro cards aren't specifically meant to game on, but obviously you can see they are basically the same cards as their RTX GeForce counterparts, just with other drivers, so it should still be possible to game on it. Alright, and I have actually no idea, what are we doing here? Evacuating citizens. Okay, so let's go to the communication relay over there. And get this mission moving. But yeah, okay, we're around the 60 FPS mark basically all of the time, so that is obviously perfect. And since our frame time graph is as smooth as it is right here, that is... Why am I moving in the completely wrong direction here? Okay. The frame time graph is obviously smooth as well, so yeah, so far this is not just a playable, but definitely a very enjoyable experience. But yeah, that's exactly what I meant. And I don't think I've seen this in the early days of Helldivers 2, where when there was action going on, actually there wasn't a lot of performance loss due to it. But now you can definitely see that, I think, if I look in this direction. Okay, yeah, it's a little bit, but maybe we had 60 FPS not too long ago, and now we're just sitting at 40 right now. So definitely this is taxing, and as you can see, not really on a GPU, because this one isn't even at 80% right now, but it's the CPU which is holding us back. So yeah, that's definitely something Helldivers did over the last couple of updates, where we definitely saw a dip in performance because of the CPU and not because of the GPU. Nevertheless, it is still definitely a very playable experience, since obviously this isn't a competitive shooter and we don't have to react in a split second most of the time. And even if I would have to, actually I don't think I would have too much of a problem with that. I think I spoke too soon. Or did I? But yeah, I mean, you can see it's still definitely very much playable, and at these settings it's also very nice looking. And I mean, keep in mind, it's at 1440p. We won't really see a better performance, I guess, if we would turn it down to 1080p, due to the fact that simply it's not the GPU which is holding us back, but our CPU, and our CPU performance is not correlated with the resolution that we're playing on. So sadly, we can't really increase our performance that way. At least not at the times when it's not our GPU which is holding us back here. Can I just put this thing inside? Okay, I think... No, we did not get kicked out. Guess they just all left. Okay. I guess then it's on us to finish this. Alright, let's go on then. And yeah, so far I've been enjoying my time with this ThinkPad. Obviously, it's one of the ThinkPad variety. So one of the largest and heaviest ThinkPads that you can buy. And obviously, since it is a 2020 machine, you can't really buy it right now anymore. I got it used for around 800 euros. And I think that is fair for the configuration that I've got it at. So yeah, I mean, I definitely did hope for some more GPU performance here, but my main gripe with it actually is the thing that you can't undervolt the CPUs anymore due to the plundervolt situation that we had a few years ago, where the manufacturers actually disabled all undervolting features on their laptops. So yeah, that's kind of sucks, because this i7 definitely could be a lot more efficient if we were just able to undervolt it effectively, and yeah, not being able to do so results in not so high CPU speeds, which are holding us back right now, and also obviously higher temperatures. But yeah, I mean, you can see definitely that even with a lot of action going on, it is perfectly smooth and perfectly playable even at these 1440p graphics settings. So I can definitely recommend anybody. Obviously, I mean, it's like the high-end GPU of 2020, so it would really suck if you couldn't play a game on that. So yeah, Helldivers 2 definitely runs perfectly fine on it, and I can absolutely still recommend you play this game, because they are still adding new content to it every, I don't know, actually, I guess every week. So it's definitely still worth checking it out if you haven't already, or if you want to get back into the game.